What does happiness mean to you? And I guess there's a subset to this question. Does happiness mean differently to everybody? Is there a universal definition of happiness?
See, if you become pleasant in your body, we call this health. If this becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call it peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we can say you're happy or joyful or something. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If our surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to make surroundings pleasant, we need to seek the assistance of other people, other forces, various skills to be gathered, all this to create pleasantness in our surroundings. But to make this body, this mind, this emotion and energy pleasant is 100% your business, isn't it? So, instead of looking for a definition of happiness, let me put it this way. Do you want your experience of life pleasant or unpleasant?
Pleasant.
Pleasant. How pleasant? As much as possible or 50% will do?
Adequately pleasant. Doesn't have to be as much as possible.
Huh? As much as possible.
Yeah.
That means you are thinking of how to be ecstatic. But now you're settling for happiness because you've given up on ecstasy. Many people have given up on happiness
For ecstasy.
and they are looking for peace. Many people have given up peace and they will only rest in peace. They are thinking, if I live without any trouble, it's enough. Many people have given up that, inevitably they are in trouble. If the trouble is minimal, it's good enough. I'm saying these are all things that you set up. I'm asking you, as a child, as a youth or even as an adult, whatever is the most beautiful moment of your life in terms of your experience, not in terms of arrangements, not in terms of family, career, this, that, within you, what was the most fantastic moment in your experience? That moment, whatever it was, you are capable of that much experience.
Yeah.
So at least that you must set it as a baseline. How joyful you were in a given moment in your entire life, what was the highest moment? That should be the baseline because you're capable of that. So in your life, if you do not know, if you do not do what you cannot do, no problem. But if you do not do what you can do, it's a disastrous life. This is the disaster, the problem with most human beings. Even what they can do, they're not doing. What is the most joyful, what is the most loving, what is the most ecstatic moment in my life? That should at least be the baseline, isn't it? Because you're capable of that. I'm not asking you to do something that you're not capable of. What you're capable of, if you don't do, somewhere you have not even begun to appreciate the life that you are, isn't it?